Alright, everybody, welcome back. We are here ready with the semi-finals of Alienware Awesome Cup 2. But before we get to that, Oz has some things he wants to say.
That's right, we have to do our sponsor messages for the day. Starting it off, a huge thank you to Alienware, who has supplied the Alienware Alphas for this event and are sponsoring it. And a huge shout out to Gosu Gamers, as well as Ronimo and ES Champ. That being said, taking a look at what these people are going to be competing for, first place is going to be actually winning, $1,800 cash, 3 Alienware Alphas, some Steam items, and a gold in-game Alienware badge. Second place, $900, another 3 Alienware Alphas, some Steam items, and some silver in-game badges. And third place, another $900. Unfortunately, you won't be getting any Alienware Alphas with that. You'll still be getting some Steam in-game items and that bronze in-game Alienware badge. And fourth place of all, you're still going to be getting $450, as well as some Steam game items. That being said, moving into the bans and picks for the semifinals of the European Qualifier 3, we are going to be seeing BBQ versus Gelati.
Whee!
What are we seeing, Nada?
Well, we're looking at a Raylan Swiggins Clunk combo on BBQ's side, and they're going to be fighting a Ted Scree Coco. On Serona. So I think we're going to see lots of drop explodes. We're going to be seeing across the map airstrikes. Cool stuff.
Cool stuff. Hopefully we'll be seeing that Raylan landing some nice bounce snipes off of those mid bouncers and those bottom bouncers. Then again, we have that Scurry who can land the sickening totems. We saw some crazy totems last week and the week before that. Hopefully this Scurry can continue to keep up the expectations in regards to that totem. And I believe this is the first time we're seeing a Coco today.
Oh yeah, well, it is. Coco is a strong knot. I mean, she can do a lot of things, and she can do a lot of things well. So, I'm just hyped. You've been teasing me with all these jump snipes, so I want to get right into it.
Ready for the countdown whenever you are.
You got it, boss. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so we are going to be seeing... it's going to be exciting what they're going to get. Base abilities and Tetrisville.
Whoa. Tetrisville? No airstrike? What?
I am intrigued.
I'm confused, but I'm all for it. Scree's going to be taking a huge explosion in the beginning. His Flush Go-Go is going to go ahead and try and steal BBQ's creeps. Gets a mid-health, and Makis is going to be taking a lot of damage right now. And Henky is also going to be looking for that explode, but unfortunately is going to be able to get back into that midsection right now. And Edster just continuing his assault with Tetrisville, and
Oh yeah, that's... the sound it makes.
I'm speechless right now. This is the first time I've seen a Ted in this tournament run into Tetrisville, and I really want to see how it's going to work early on. And we see on bottom Klutze taking a lot of damage from that Swiggins, but able to thwart it off with the ball, eliminating that anchor placement. And we have Fudge looking for the anchor again. The totem being dropped by Flush Go-Go, and Makis in mid expecting that snipe. And, man, a Tetris Vial versus a Raylan is so fun to see, because it's like both characters are saying to each other, hey, that's a 6 snipe, guess what I got? Oh, I got a snipe too. Mine doesn't have a cooldown. It's a quick switch. My macros.
I don't know if it does kind of look like macro, but I think that is allowed, so we should just leave it at that. It's a very different style of play, to be honest. Not something I've seen a lot of.
I gotta tell you, Tetris Vial is great to see, and I'm really actually proud of Edster. Me being a Ted main in myself, I really love seeing Ted snipes, and I really enjoy the way he's playing right now, even though he didn't get airstrike.
Anyone? Bounce Ted snipes anyone?
Yeah, he's going to get his 360 no-scopes going real quick.
Yeah, well, I might just have to pick up Ted then.
You should learn him. He's a very fun character.
Already getting into him, but only with the standard shotgun airstrike loadout.
Well, mix up the build a little bit. Be the Edster.
Be the Edster.
The new Ed for
Oh.
Edster 27.
Alright, let's be the new Ed.
And Ed is going to be snared down right now. He's doing a lot of damage. The Explode's going to come out. Edster is going to go into Hanky. And a nice snipe is going to come out. And Coolj is going to get picked up by the Raylan. BBQ picking up the first 2 kills of this match 3 minutes into the semifinals.
Well, they are already on a roll. We have seen what BBQ is capable of when we saw them fight 99 Cents and pulling up a really close match. So I'm really looking forward to see where they're going with their builds and what they want to be doing. Ted still has nothing but his trusty Tetris.
That's all he needs at this point. I mean, Airstrike would have been awesome to see. Megas is going to be taking a little bit of damage from the residual Scree Lightning, but interesting that we saw BBQ opt to go for a turret damage a few seconds ago as opposed to farming that bottom worm.
I guess they have a bit more of an aggressive mindset. They want to go in, they want to get the quick and permanent damage.
And Magus could have picked up an easy kill on Coolj if he went down there and just pushed that worm button, but unfortunately didn't notice him down there, and he got away with that extra solar into that bottom right now. We're seeing this Tetris snipe. I love it. I can't stress how awesome it is to see this in this tournament. So
he is landing a lot of his Tetris.
And he's dealing a lot of damage with the Tetris snipe alone. He didn't even pick up Airstrike yet, which is something that we rarely see. And once he picks up Airstrike, it's going to be a lot more damage coming out. And Fudge is going to be taking a lot of damage. Gets a snare down on Edster as he's going to be able to get away. Flush Go-Go dealing that residual damage up top. Raylan just dropping the Rift and efforts that somebody will fall into it. And we're back to the Serona game. You know, farm that mid worm, hold that mid control, make sure that you guys get your upgrades before the opposing team. And obviously Serona is known for its comeback capabilities, so I'm really interested to see how these teams are going to combat each other once we get into that mid game and both of these turrets are down.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at what Ray is building right now, it's going to be a very, I think they're going for you know, a mid hugging. When you're doing Rift and Serona, you basically want to be in the mid. That's the key when you're doing anything really, but still.
And BBQ is going to be collapsing right now. Make is taking a lot of damage. Make is going to go down. The explode's going to land on Edster as Edster body blocks for Coolj so he can escape that explode and survive. A very smart play coming out on Edster there, being able to notice that Clunk is going for the explode on the weakest target and body blocking him, preventing the kill coming out. He does take a lot of damage out of it, but he is able to secure a save and keep his teammate alive.
Right, well, it seems like they are not having any snowball tonight. Oh. So what do you think Gelati should be doing when they're fighting with the Ted? What do you think?
Ted's a very specialized character in regards to that. He has this great amount of turret push, and he's a brawl character. He's meant for that brawl. He's meant for the long kind of fights, long and drawn out fights. And the really great thing about Ted, Hanky's going in, he's going to land the explode, and Flush Go-Go is going to go down, and the root is going to come down as Fudge kind of gets that snare on Edster. Edster taking a lot of damage, Coolj taking a lot of damage, and everybody's basically weak right now on map. But as I was saying before, Ted is a very specialized character in regards to he's built for the long, drawn-out brawls with this insane amount of push. He's one of those characters that when you get into a brawl with him, you don't notice that your health is going down until you say, why am I 2 bars of health and he's still at half? So I think that Gelati just needs to get him to the turret. That's a Coco and a Ted that can potentially go onto that turret and take that turret down. We know the Serona, the two first, a lot of damage being dealt right now. Coolj is going to actually take.
How did he get out? That was a great
save.
That was a great save by Flush Go-Go, yeah. Oh, that was a great save. I really thought Coolj was going down, but no.
But all Gelati really needs to do at this point is get to a turret. And I personally love taking out the bottom turret first as Ted on Serona because it makes the opposing team really have to decide whether taking mid is worth it or not, with their bottom turret being gone.
Oh yeah, and actually looking at the builds here, I think what's going on is a sneaky damage rush is going to come in. Coco's already, like, you know, she's getting a bit of damage, and Scree's getting a bit of AA damage, and I think Ted is really going to be looking into getting some more AA damage.
And we see the airstrike coming out now, and just he's building for survivability at this point. And Henke's taking a lot of damage. He's going to be going down to Edster, as Edster's going to be able to pick up the kill, getting caught in the rift, and that's going to be a Makus pickup on Edster as the exchange goes 1-for-1. Clunk now picking up some of the explode damage, and that is going to be a 750 explode on top of his snare bite.
I mean, it's going to be dangerous, but Coco can counteract this if she gets a knockback ball or does a nice slow blaze trail.
Absolutely. That slow blaze or that knockback ball is going to be the one thing that's going to be able to counter that Clunk very hard. But there's a lot of CC coming out on BBQ. As we see that rift, we see the Swiggin's Anchor, and we have the snare bite coming into play, and a 750 explode. It's just, if somebody gets snared by that, and here we see the drop explode, the 750 coming out, Edster's going to be forced to go back, and the ball's going to be dealing a lot of damage as BBQ retakes control of mid, and Gelati is kind of caught out in this limbo, I would say, where they need to get into that midsection and make sure that Swiggins is unable to snare people.
Well, it's about, I think it's really just about getting the double and making sure you have enough AA to sort of just absolutely tear down the turrets. Because I think what the whole foundation of the comp is much stronger at BBQ's side, but if you look at the spike potential, if you get what I'm saying there, these are one-off opportunities where you can perform really well. I think what Gelati has going there is a much better choice for if they get the opportunity. They can go in, they can do it fast, and they can do a brutal attack. Whereas,
I'm sorry. One thing that I did want to point out was that slow on Scree combined with that Tetris Snipe. That's going to allow for an extra Tetris Snipe to hit if somebody's running away. An extra 1 or 2 hits on that Tetris Snipe is going to be very powerful, because that 15 damage, if he decides, 150 damage, if he decides to go for the Starstorm statue, it brings it up to about 185, if I remember correctly. So that's basically 200 damage, if I'm rounding up here, obviously, but 200 damage every second. And
that's a lot.
If you're running away from that, you're basically going to get hit 3 times by the Tetris Snipe in the time that it takes for a Raylan to get 1 snipe off.
Well, Ray is starting to build snipe damage now, so we might be able to see some counter sniping going on here, showing Ted who's the better sniper.
And I do have to commend Gelati being a team that knows how to take down, and he's going to be going down. Makus is going to be getting taken down. Makus is doing the taking down on Kulche as he's going to get picked up. Not Kulche.
No,
wow,
not
I'm
Kulche.
Losing it on Flush Go-Go.
It's like with 2 snipers in, you just can't keep it up. You just mess up everything.
And Makus is going to be taken down by Kulche as Kulche opts for the farm on the bottom, and he's got 475 solar right now on a Coco.
That's not something you want. Like, you don't want Coco to be sitting around with a lot of solar. You want to be using that solar to buy good stuff, because you can get a lot of good stuff. Buy good stuff. Build advice 2015.
I would really like to see where this Coco is going to go with the build. Kulche is already kind of maxed out, not maxed out, but opted for the AA build on Coco, getting the particles. So I really want to see what direction he's going to build it.
Hopefully blaze damage and more AA damage. I think that's what the comp relies to. It needs to have high AA damage, so they can push in hard, as I said, with the one-off if they get one opportunity.
And Kulche may be in a rough spot right now, and he is going to be picked up by Henke on the explode, and the Wrath of BBQ comes out completely on Kulche. And it looks like the AA build, as you said before, is going to come out, and Flush Go-Go is going to be taking a lot of damage. Edster's actually going to take that explode for Flush Go-Go as he gets back, grabs that health, and he's going to have to play on the defensive now, as this is probably going to be a push in favor of BBQ.
Alright, Coco is opting for more AA damage, so you can see they're really just looking for that one push. As soon as Ted gets AA damage, I think that they're going to be able to melt this their towers in the matter of a minute or 2, maybe.
And it looks like Ted is going to be saving up for AA damage as well. But more snipe damage, as you said, right there coming out on the Raylan. So it's going to be a lot of damage coming out on BBQ, especially if they land that snare bite in the rift.
Oh yeah, and we seen the edge of what happened. Oh, look at the push. Look at the push down there on bottom.
Exactly, and that bottom push and that drop explode is actually going to be a secured kill on Flush Go-Go as he goes down, but Makis is going to get taken down by Edster on the way out, and Edster almost getting a double kill on Henke there. Henke getting very zealous, trying to push out, get that quick solar, and Edster notices it and just hits him with that one tap on the snipe.
That's one turret down, and that's with Coco having AA upgrades only. Ted has no AA upgrades in terms of DPS. That's gonna... I mean, I think he's gone back for it right now. They know that this is what they can do. Look at that. He should
be picking up 2 stages of AA as he does right there. And the 420 no-scope bite coming out on Henke right now as he gets that 420 bite.
The Suckinator Power 9000 cleaner.
Yeah. Or the 420 no-scope bite in my list of upgrades that I've named.
Oh, wow. I'm waiting for the revised edition. Alright.
Oh, and look at that ball. Look at that totem preventing the Clunk from getting in there.
Oh, wow. I think that might actually be a kill on Clunk if we can get the ball in. Oh,
and the super droid is actually going to pick up Henke on his way out as Edster and Flush Coco were looking for the pickup. And it looks like Fudge is going to be taking a lot of damage right now, and he's going to go down to Cool J, and we're going to see a change of events right now.
Oh, I think Coco might actually go down there.
Coco does go down. Makis gets a nice kill on that, but sacrifices himself in order to get it. This is going to be a huge push in favor of Gelati. They have that totem. They have that super droid. They have those droids on that top turret. They have those droids on the bottom turret. They should really be tanking this for that super droid.
They don't need to because the droids are going to do all the tanking for them. Klunk's going to be back down now, and that's going to be into that super droid. And Coco is dropping now, and they will actually be able to get the top turret as well.
They definitely will. As that top turret goes down, we are at the midpoint in this game as we are approaching the 15-minute mark, and it looks like Fudge is going to be looking to pick up the kill on Flush Go-Go, but the explode coming in just a little too late as Flush Go-Go was able to escape. Raylan's going to pick up some regen, and we're just going back to that little Serona kind of...
No, I think Gelati wants to get in there. They don't want to be out here. This is where BBQ has an advantage. And they managed to get that one-off situation I was talking about, where they can just flush out all the toilets. But if they don't keep it that way, BBQ is gonna be back on their feet in no time. So they really need to make sure they get the momentum and keep going. They really have to keep going.
A second too late right now, and Edster is going to be chasing down Fudge as Fudge just escapes narrowly. It looks like he would have gotten picked up by that last snipe. Oh, my ears.
Whatever that was, it was really scary.
The airstrike got caught in the rift.
Oh. Rest in peace, Ross Sears. Right, so... BBQ needs to
the
really...
stairway coming out in Kulche, and the ball is going to bounce him back, but Kulche taking a lot of damage at the same time. But I'm sorry, continue with what you were saying?
No. It's just we have to really make sure that whoever stays in mid, they have to make sure that whoever stays in mid is not BBQ. That's what Gelati want to get in there. It's fine, they don't actually want to be in mid, they just want to make sure that BBQ doesn't get in mid. Because
I think a well-placed lip jumps would have been really powerful for Henke, and Henke looks like he's going to be hunted down by Edster and the wrath of Flush Go-Go. He's actually going to get picked up, and it looks like they're pushing this turret without droids. He's going to drop the totem. That's going to be the last turret going down in favor of Gelati, as they're looking to actually end this game right now, as all 3 members of Gelati are in BBQ's base area.
Look at this, just the sheer amount of damage they can put out. Absolutely horrifying. Coco comes in with a nice ball. Nothing actually. I think it hit Swiggins a bit, but
it did hit Swiggins. It was that split ball. But there's a lot of damage coming out right now, and you can just see a 30-second push takes that turret, takes the base and core to half health.
Oh, and the Ted actually saves. Oh, this teamwork is amazing right now.
And Kulche taking a lot of damage. Ted's going to be on this save again as he's dealing an immense amount of damage to Makis. Makis is going to be forced to get into that midsection, but he's actually going to get picked up. Kulche goes down to Fudge's snipe with his anchor, but he's going to get picked up by Edster. Edster and Flush Go-Go now pushing the core
wave. Oh, that is horrifying. Oh, that is horrifying. Mages knows it's over. He cannot do anything, and that's going to be a victory in favor of BBQ. No, that's the other one around. That's the Gelati. I was going to say that's going to be the end of BBQ, but... Oops.
Well,
alright, well, go ahead.
One really cool thing that match that we saw was the Tetris snipe coming out, and it was just awesome to see that. I have not seen that yet in this tournament, and we saw how powerful it was on Sirota, being able to keep damage, being just continuously keep people low and keep the pressure on. And we saw BBQ have that mid control for so long in that match and be able to stay in there with that huge clunk presence, especially with that Swiggins, tossed in that Raylan with the Rift, and he was able to deal a lot of damage. And as we progressed into that midsection and saw that the entirety of Gelati was able to get into that midsection, control it with that totem, get the zoning in there with the ball, have that airstrike there for the just-in-case moments, and continue to keep that pressure on them. Excellent job on Gelati's part to take control of that. You know, they saw those two turrets in that top section and bottom section, took those out very quickly. We saw that one huge push that they had on bottom for them to be able to take out that bottom turret. And then we saw them take out that top turret shortly after they continued their push. They took out that last turret with just a Ted and a Scree, and they were able to push into that core and deal a lot of damage in a very short amount of time with all three members of Gelati being there. Then again on BBQ, we had those Swiggins anchor shots. I think Swiggins was playing very, very aggressive and didn't allow enough time for that Clunk and Raylan to kind of get in there. But then again, that's what Swiggins is supposed to do. He's supposed to be on the assault. He's supposed to be aggressive. He's supposed to constantly harass, and he did just that. Unfortunately, some mistimed explodes allowed some kills to go, but some very well-placed body blocks on Gelati's part, on Edster, being able to thwart off that Clunk, take the explode for his teammate, and allow the safety on Kulche to escape and Flush Gogo to escape. That being said, before we start the finals of the day, I think we have one more Twitch chat giveaway. Now to tell them about it, tell them what they need to do, or just pay attention. Or
that's what they need. That's actually, you have to pay a fee, and the fee is attention. If you look at the chat, you will be directed and you will be guided to how to get your hands on a nice copy of your own Rubo Scoop skin that you can impress your friends with. So you should just be paying attention on the chat, and I guarantee you someone is going to be taking care of you and telling you what to do and how to do it. That being said, we need a break.
We do need a break, and we will be right back with our finals of the European Qualifier 3. We're going to be seeing Boom taking on Gelati for that #1 spot in the Alienware Awesome Cup 2 European Qualifier 3. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.